Welcome to Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show where we have a special top 10 Intercontinental Champions list for you minutes away. Before that happens, the man down there, dashing Derek, the man in the middle, the two-time Hall of Famer, Angelo Stefano. And my name is Devon. We appreciate you guys checking us out each and every Tuesday. Of course, you can follow us along on all social media platforms. We are on the IG, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook. We are all over the place. Search Ultimate Wrestling Trivia. Give us a like, a follow, comments on all the crazy stuff we got going on in the social media world. Plus, we are on the Pro Wrestling Tee Store as well. Derek's wearing the Soft Style T-shirt down there, one of the many you can scoop up. Check out Pro Wrestling Tees/Ultimate Wrestling Trivia.
And before we get into our all-time top 10 list of Intercontinental Champions, this belt reminds me of a good story. You guys want to hear a good story?
I mean, do we have any
story? Is that the IC title? I don't know if that is or
no.
not. No, that's not.
This is a heavyweight wrestling title.
All right, fire away with your story.
And in 1998,
gather around, kids.
In 1998, when I ventured into the world of professional wrestling,
You wrestled?
Yes.
What?
Many moons ago.
We might have a video clip here.
Believe it or not, no video clip. This was a small independent show in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And the point of this story is how not to act in the locker room, children.
It's a good lesson for all the young ones out there.
It is. I walked into the locker room. I knew a handful of the boys and girls backstage at that show that night. And the gentleman who was the heavyweight champion of the promotion was sitting in the locker room like this with a drink in his left hand, a cigarette in his right hand, and he's patting the belt.
Okay.
I was working under the name Jim Elway at the time. It was my, like I said, my first year in professional wrestling.
Any relation to John?
Distant cousins.
Okay.
Yes, distant cousins, of
Nice.
course. I was doing my Jim Elway gimmick, cousin of John Elway, and I walk into the locker room. This guy is sitting there. He's got the belt. He's got his drink.
Yeah.
He's got his smoke. And he goes, Elway, come here.
Oh boy.
And he waves me over. This guy, to set a picture, was about 6'2", maybe 300 some pounds. Not very physically fit.
Big man.
Let's just say. Wasn't exactly in shape. And he still weighed over 3 bills. And he's patting the belt. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He goes, Elway, check it out. Finally getting some respect in this business.
Wow.
And it took everything I had not to burst out laughing. I just turned around. I found a buddy of mine in the locker room. I'm like, is this guy for real? And he's like, yeah, I think he is. And I'm like, okay then. And the whole show, whenever someone walked by, he'd say, hey, so-and-so, hey, so-and-so.
Yeah.
Finally getting some respect in this
him,
business.
Was he joking, though?
No.
It was legit.
No, it's legit, dead serious.
He shall remain nameless.
If it was a rib, I would have seen it right away, but this guy was dead serious. Don't ever act that way, children. In the locker room, do not ever act that way.
Yes,
and there is your pro wrestling lesson of the day.
And
brought to you by Angelo Stefano.
You may continue with the rest of the show.
All right, we love the story right there. As we said, it is time for the top 10 Intercontinental Champions of all time. We will be checking in with some local talent and people around the world. But we have the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia list where we're going to start off with the number 10 pro wrestler, Angelo Stefano, who comes in at number 10.
At number 10 on the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time list, none other than the self-proclaimed greatest of all time.
Oh, he's cool, he's cocky, he's bad?
That was my shake, rattle, and roll.
That was not good.
The Honky Tonk Man comes in at number 10.
All right, honky tonk.
Agree, disagree, let us know what you think.
Absolutely. Coming in at number 9 on the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia Intercontinental title, list is a guy that held the title 6 times. He defeated Razor Ramon at the 95 Royal Rumble match. JEFFJARRETT. Jeff Jarrett had 18 successful defenses as the IC champion. So enough buzz. Go back to the mid-90s. Had a heck of a run. Jeff Jarrett, number 9 on the Intercontinental title list.
Still going today.
Still going today, which is amazing. The last outlaw, got to appreciate him. Derek, you got the number 8 superstar.
Number 8, we're going with Mr. Perfect. I think thinking about the Intercontinental title, some of those classic matches, one that comes to mind is the 1991 match that he had with Bret the Hitman Hart.
One of the best.
Yeah, that's a classic match. But yeah, Mr. Perfect is number 8 on our list.
Recently, we had a chance to talk to a few people about their favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time. All right, we are checking in. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Brian. I'm from Appleton.
Brian from Appleton. Who is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
Oh, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Yeah, swatting that gum. All right, and we're checking in. What's your name? Where are you from?
James from Appleton, Wisconsin.
James from Appleton. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time is who?
Jay Uso when he wins.
Oh, yeet! Yeet! All right, I like it. All right, we are checking in with Jay from Green Bay, asking him who his favorite Intercontinental Champion is of all time.
I'm going to go with the British Bulldog.
British Bulldog. What a great match with him and Bret Hart, Wembley Stadium. That was a good one. A vote for the British Bulldog. All right, we are here with Will from Green Bay, checking in at an RPW event, asking him the hard-hitting question, who is your favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time?
I think I'll have to go Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph
I like,
Ziggler.
His rivalry with The Miz, I like that rivalry.
All right, one vote for Dolph Ziggler. All right, there we got to check in with some fine folks
I don't know
about their
that one.
favorite
I don't know
Intercontinental
about all of
Champions.
them.
Well, yeah, it's
Why are you interviewing normal people?
well, that's what we do. We
Why?
love the people. This is why we do the
Why,
show.
why do I have to share my show, which I am the star of, with...
Here, why don't you just put this on right now?
Yeah,
'cause
clap,
you're the
clap,
champion.
clap. You're the champion.
That's
YouTube
right.
champion.
I am the champion of this show. That's right.
The top 10 Intercontinental Championship list continues with number 7, Angelo Stefano.
Well, very deserving to this gentleman. It is Bret the Hitman Hart.
Can't argue
Probably, I would argue you could almost make him top 3. Maybe even jump all the way to number 1. When you think of great matches, Bret Hart is the first guy.
with that. Laundry list of them, no.
Yeah, first guy in my mind, and that includes many of his Intercontinental title defenses. Too many great ones to just run down here, but very well deserving to be in the top 10. Almost as deserving as I am.
Oh my goodness. The top 10 Intercontinental Championship list continues with number 6, Dashing Derek, who
Yes.
came up on that list. Your
Number
boy?
6, because he is better than Bret Hart.
Oh gosh.
He is the greatest pro wrestler of all time. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, is number 6. You talk about great matches. I mean, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels had those classic ladder match battles over the IC title. You think about the IC title, this was used to elevate people back in the day. Back in my day, you used to, win the tag team titles, and then you go on and win the Intercontinental title, and then you're finally a heavyweight champion. But Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, I had him actually higher on my list, but we got him here at number 6.
That's right. Let us know if you agree or disagree with this list so far. Coming in at number 5, I have the honors of introducing the guy that had 8 total reigns. And for those people that grew up in the 2010s in WWE, there's nobody more synopsis. Is that the word? Synopsis? Synopsis?
Yeah.
With the Intercontinental title. As a college graduate just staring me down right now. Like, stop using big college words. Then The Miz, where he had 24 successful defenses. The Intercontinental title and The Miz, I think, go hand in hand together. 592 days as champion.
That's surprising.
That is kind of surprising, but
Yeah.
I, like you with HBK, I had The Miz higher on my own personal
I didn't
list.
have him on my list, though.
The Miz comes in at number 5 for the top 10 list. As always, you can let us know if you agree or disagree. And we go back to the people and some superstars. to let us know their favorite Intercontinental Champion.
We are here with Mr. El Vato checking in on who is his favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Órale, you know, I gotta think about it, but I can only say one thing, man.
Who?
Arriba, Tito Santana!
Oh, of course it's Tito.
Yeah,
Yes.
gotta be, man. Number one.
There it is. We are here with Mr. Gary J checking in to see who is his favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time.
You're talking into this microphone like it's real.
Yeah, it's a fake. It's
fake.
It's
It's
not
just
even
for
real.
show.
It's just for show.
We don't need this. It's
okay.
not a thing.
All
Not
right,
a
who it
thing.
is? Who is it?
That's a tough one. There's two answers that come to
All
mind.
right, fine. We'll take two.
I'm gonna go with Shawn Michaels,
HBK Super Kick Party.
Razor Ramon.
Hey yo, I wish we had a toothpick to throw right now. But
We have a fake microphone.
That's true.
Bro.
we are here with Casey Lennox. She is sweet and sassy, and we're checking in to see who is her favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Come on, is that a real question?
It's a real question.
Shelton Benjamin Rose.
Ah, Sheldon Benjamin.
Come on.
Hurt Business.
Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, Hurt Syndicate. That's
Come
right.
on, get
Shout
it
out.
together.
My bad.
Get
My
it
bad.
together. Get it together.
All right, Sheldon Benjamin. Back to you guys. We are here with the RPW Cruiserweight Champion, the human highlight, Isaiah Moore, and we're checking to see who is the greatest, who is the best Intercontinental Champion of all time.
All time.
All time.
Number one's got to be the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn
obviously.
Michaels,
So,
HBK.
and my one of my personal favorites got to be Shelton Benjamin. Man. That
Sheldon
dude's
Benjamin.
Athleticism out the window.
Yeah, shout out to Sheldon Benjamin. There you go.
All right, we are the show of the people, and that was them chiming in on the top 10 Intercontinental Championship list. They're giving us a few of their favorites. Agree to disagree.
Some good ones.
Yeah, we'll do a little recap real quick here. Honky Tonk Man comes in at number 10. Jeff Jarrett, 9. Mr. Perfect is 8. Bret Hart is number 7. HBK. Shawn Michaels is number 6. Number 5 is The Miz. And this is where we get down to the nitty-gritty, where hands were throwing for the top 4. Mr. Stefano, number 4.
This turned into a battle royal between the minds of the mighty here at Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show, putting our heads together, coming up with the top 4. Coming in at number 4, Gunther, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Very well deserving to be in the top 5. I'd say very impressive run. Very current, so the new wrestling fans, maybe they don't know who the Honky Tonk Man was.
So you had a Honky Tonk Man shake, rattle, and roll gimmick. Do you have a Gunther spot that you would like to do right now? A moment?
Just
Well,
chop each other.
I don't speak fluent German,
Yeah.
but
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, Adeline?
I do enjoy Knockwurst and sauerkraut, so I understand the man pretty well.
There you go.
Gunther, number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3, Dashing Derek.
Yeah, number 3, we're going with Hey Yo Chico, the bad guy. Razor Ramon is number 3 on the list. We talked about Shawn Michaels before, some classic matches. Razor Ramon, number 3 on that list. Where's my toothpick?
You should throw it right at the camera as we speak. All right, that brings us down to the top 2, and I have the honor to getting to the number 2 spot. It should be no surprise, maybe shocking. Some would think he was the number 1. Title reigns, he only had 1, and it was a very big one back in the day. We're talking about Randy Macho Man Savage, 25 successful defenses. His only run with the Intercontinental Championship, defeating Tito Santana in February of 1996. Could be easily argued as one of the greatest runs of all time. He had one of the greatest matches in 1987 with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. The Macho Man, I think for 95% of the people out there, they think Intercontinental title. They see Macho with that on the WWF magazines or on their posters they had on in the back of the day. Maybe in your Fig Fed, Macho was the Intercontinental Champion. But Macho Man, you're number 2 on the list.
I had him at number 1, but number 2,
All right,
I guess.
with that,
we'll settle with that.
we need the big drum roll, please. The number 1 Ultimate Wrestling Trivia Intercontinental Intercontinental Champion of all time, Mr. Angelo Stefano, gets to announce that.
This should come as absolutely no surprise to anybody. I'm sure you all know who it is. I'll say it just because it'll end all suspense, but it is none other than Santino Marella, the greatest Intercontinental Champion since the Honky Tonka Man.
Wait. You got to go on the list. Not that one. This one. Derek, hit him with that saying.
Would you stop?
That's the number one guy.
Glasses
That's the number one guy.
Apparently my bad. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, according to the powers to be here at the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show is none other than Y2K Chris. Y2J.
Yeah. Y2K.
Y2J.
Yeah, what year was
Wait a minute.
Y2K?
Hold on.
That does say Y2K there, doesn't it?
It says Y2K. See, it's not my glasses.
Y2J.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
And if you're watching this, Chris Jericho, these guys apologize for just screwing this ending up. It's all their fault. I was a professional.
We need some free tickets to Fozzy when you come into town.
And he is coming to town,
he
too.
Is, yeah.
Anyway, Chris Jericho is elected as the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time according to our rankings. You can agree. You can disagree. But whatever you do, put them in the comments below and tell us how we are wrong. Tell us how we are right. Tell us how you don't like Devin's hat. Tell us something.
Well, there you go. I think it's fitting. Chris Jericho has that old school picture with Ricky Steamboat. And then he's like, I just wanted to memorize that match. I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I wanted just to be an Intercontinental Champion one time. He grew up idolizing Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Steamboat. And now Jericho just like flips the script and becomes the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. He's surpassed it by probably 1 million times of what he thought would happen in his pro wrestling career. So
and he's held it, 9 times?
I think so.
Do we think anybody breaks that record? I mean, with Jericho being in the other company, you would think they would have an incentive to maybe break that record. Does The Miz break it?
Records are meant to be broken. So.
Or does the WWE do something historically they have done in a situation like this, and they just pretend that one person
never happened,
or it doesn't exist?
Evil, that's possible.
Not acknowledge it at all. That's something they have done in the past.
All right. With that being said, that is our top 10 Intercontinental Championship list. Agree to disagree, like Stefano said. Drop it in the comments. Let us know. We would love to hear from you guys out there. 2025 is rolling right along for Dashing Derek, the man in the middle, who's getting some respect around here.
He's the champ.
Angelo Stefano. My name is Devin. We will see you next Tuesday for Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show.